Hey everyone, back in Wales. Just on my way here I've contacted a guy on eBay. He had these 2 solar panels for sale and I picked them up. It was only a 10-minute drive off the motorway to go and get them, and I got a really good deal. So I paid £140 for both. The only reason they're so cheap, they're brand new. They've just been slightly got a bit of damage in transportation at some point just in the corner there. So the one's 265 and one's 245 watts, so 500 watts of solar panels in total for £140, brand new. So much so I'm just going to knock together a stand for them because I don't really want to leave them on the floor. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the afternoon. Okay, got a couple of posts in, taller one at the back, so I'm just digging down about a foot and then hammering them in about another foot. I mean, they don't need to be really strong because I can imagine these are probably going to get moved at some point to be on a roof of another building that's going to be in this area. But for now I just need to make them so they're in the ground hard enough so they're not going to blow away. So yeah, they're down about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 foot, so they're pretty. That one's just banged in. I've got a feel around it. So that's basically it. That's it. I need another 2 of them and then poles between them and so on, and yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so got my posts in. As you can see, got that top one screwed onto there. I've just run the chains through along to give myself a flat edge. Got to do the same for the back and then put a middle pole in. We should be good to go. Okay, so not too bad for a afternoon's work. Well, not even afternoon, a couple of hours just when I got here. So I just got to figure out a way of screwing them on now, which shouldn't be too hard. Just drill through them, put some blocks of wood or something. Yeah, there they are. That's it from the back. Really simple but effective, and that should stop them from blowing away and keep them off the ground. So just got to figure out a way of screwing them on. Should be good. Bit shame they're odd, but it doesn't matter. And that's 500 watts of solar. Alright, all done. Not bad for a couple of hours. Got some solar panels in. I haven't got all the stuff to connect them up with, but at least I don't have to leave them on the ground, which is good. I just fixed them, just screwed them in at the bottom, and then at the top I made these little pieces and then screwed from the underside. Take screwed from the underside up into it. They're solid. I don't think I need anything in the middle really. They're really quite rigid, and the wind comes from that direction, which is going to pass under it mostly. I think they'll be alright. So yeah, quite pleased. Yeah, just a shame they don't match, but it's alright. Alright, first thing in the morning, solar panels looking good, collecting a bit of energy. Not that I can use it, but they're collecting it. So just been collecting some clay because we run out of clay in our clay pile. So just dug some out from the lake, whatever, with the trailer. There's a pile there. Got these big nice pieces of wood with me. I don't know if you can tell how big they are, but at my foot, pretty big nice pieces. So they should take up quite a big amount of space. Got wheelbarrow them in, strip them, and start mixing some cob. I'm just stripping a bit of bark here. I'm having a bit of a hard time at the moment because I've started an immune therapy for an allergy that I've got, dust mites, that I just suddenly got sort of about a year ago now. Just suddenly came and got it, and it's been really beating me up. So I started an immune therapy for it, and it puts a big toll on your immune system, and it's making me really tired. I'm alright first thing in the morning, but after a few hours, after I've taken the drops that you have to take, which is essentially the allergen, you're taking a dose of the allergen every day. It really, my body has to fight it, and it really makes me very tired, which is not the best thing when you're building. For the last few days, I've really struggled to do more than about 3 hours work, which sort of brings me on to a topic I sort of wanted to talk about, is this immune therapy I'm on. I haven't paid a penny for it. It's all on the NHS. It's very expensive treatment. You know, each bottle of stuff costs a couple of £100, and then there's all the expenses of going to see the specialist and all that stuff. You know, it doesn't come cheap. And at the moment, at least, I'm not paying any tax. Why aren't I paying any tax? Well, because legally I don't have to. Because I'm here building this, I'm not working enough. I am working a little bit, and I get a little bit of money from YouTube. But I'm not working enough to pay any tax in the UK. Because in the UK, unless you earn over £10,000, and I think it's actually about 10,500 this year, but yeah, unless you earn over £10,000, you don't actually need to pay any tax. And in fact, I'd actually be allowed to claim benefits. I don't, and I wouldn't, because that would be wrong, but I'd be allowed to. So it gives you a bit of a situation where I've paid a lot of tax in my time. When I was working in the lift industry, installing lifts, I paid a lot of tax. So it's not like I've never contributed to society. But there is a bit of a predicament when you come into this kind of lifestyle, is that, you know, we want to use all these lovely tools, chainsaws, you know, we like to have a vehicle. We, you know, just installed solar panels yesterday, and this is all lovely stuff, and it improves our lives, and it all comes from a society that a lot of people, when they enter into a life like this, don't really agree with. You know, they're saying money is stupid. You know, society, it's not set up. It's been built to make the rich rich and the poor poor, and that's all true. And I agree with all that. But it's the system we have, and if you want to use those nice things that come out of that society, and you want to say, I cut myself with this draw knife here while doing this, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to the hospital, and I'm not going to have to pay a penny for it. And I think if you want to use those services, unless you want to live in the woodland, you know, not wearing any clothes, you know, not these nice clothes and nice shoes, and you know, if you don't want any of those nice things that come out of society, then fine. But if you're going to use those nice things that come out of society, like you know, a car, you know, solar panels, nice clothing, you know, waterproof clothing, shoes, all that stuff, you've got to accept that you can't have it both ways. You can't live a life devoid of money and or devoid of paying into society anything or doing any work towards society whilst taking all the benefits from what society gives. It's very hypocritical. And it's something I've been thinking about a lot before we started this and while we're doing it. How to live this lifestyle with very little money, because we won't earn enough money, because we won't need enough money to warrant paying tax. We don't legally have to pay tax unless we earn over £10,000. And when we live here, we won't need £10,000 because, you know, we don't have any mortgage, any bills. We won't need to earn £10,000. So how do we go about contributing to society whilst not paying any tax? And I stress again, we won't be not paying any tax because we're avoiding tax. It will just be because we won't actually legally have to unless the law changes. So how do we contribute to society and not be hypocritical in taking all of the good aspects of society and leaving behind all of the bad ones, like, you know, having to work a long job and pay tax and all of those things that we don't really like to do. So I'm still thinking about that at the moment, but I'm trying my best to figure out a way to not be hypocritical and not just take everything from society and give nothing back. So I think making these videos is a small contribution, a very small one, but we do have a housing problem in the UK at the moment, and making these videos is definitely some contribution, showing people that it is possible to build your own home. So that's one little contribution, I think. I think volunteering would be a great thing. You know, if you're not paying tax, if you volunteer to the local community, that's more than repaying. You know, if you helped out old people's home, something like that, that would be a big contribution to society. So what it is that you do, I haven't really figured out. You know, how you benefit society, you know, without paying taxes and things, which would give you the right to use public services. I haven't quite figured out yet, but I intend to figure it out because I do not want to be a hypocrite. Right, so I fitted a few more logs on that wall there, some nice big ones. I got some more stripped, so I've got these big ones down here to fit, and some nice big ones there. Just exhausted because this immune therapy thing I'm on is really kicking me. So I've done another mix as well, ready for tomorrow, but I'm a bit slow. Melena's here to come in on the train tonight, so that's great. So I get help. I could really do that. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Just fitted some more, filled in that gap that was missing there. So I mean, hopefully this, we've got a couple of days here. Hopefully we can get quite a bit done. I also quickly show you that the platform is now fully supported by the wall. See, it goes through the wall. All the logs need wire brushing, clean up, we'll get all the dirt off them. But yeah, they extend through the wall there, which I think looked really cool. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show you that. So just thought I'd show you out in the garden quickly. We've got a strawberry bed, doing good. We just ate the strawberries off it. And there you go. So there's a few flowers around, and a few strawberries coming. We got some strawberries and gooseberries in those two, and then here we got red currants, and then there's some herbs and some more red currants, and then we're just digging another bed here for more red currants. My mum gave us a load of red currants, so we're just planting them. And then here we got various other fruits and apple trees up there. Oh, I just dug a load of turf out, so I'm going to go and put that around the window on the roof. So yeah, that's the garden. It's coming along. We've also been just cutting and splitting and stacking firewood as and when we can, just like the offcuts from the build. So that's what we got it all stored in here, because it's just a dry area. We got a big pile of firewood. This is all just offcuts and bits and pieces. And then over here we've got another pile of wood that still needs to be split, all under those tarps there. So we got quite a bit of wood. Okay, we just had a bit of a tidy up in here. We got rid of all of this wood that was stacked up down there, so the place looks a lot bigger now. Just show you from outside, well, from when you walk through the doorway. I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera really, but it looks much bigger now that all the junk's out. Well, there's still junk, but it's much clearer. So that area is now clean. So yeah, we got quite a bit done over there. We got a bit done up there, a bit done in there, a bit done in there, and quite a bit done at the front there. So yeah, we're off now. I'm going to be coming back fairly soon to carry on, but yeah, we're off for this trip, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.